The final port of our Caribbean cruise was Bonaire, the capital and largest city of St. Kitts and Nevis. Bonaire is located on the southwestern coast of St. Kitts Island and is one of the oldest towns in the eastern Caribbean. St. Kitts and Nevis is an island country and microstate consisting of the two islands of St. Kitts and Nevis. With 101 square miles of territory and roughly 50,000 inhabitants, it's the smallest sovereign state in the Western Hemisphere. St. Kitts and Nevis were among the first islands in the Caribbean to be colonized by Europeans. It is also the most recent British territory in the Caribbean to become independent, gaining its independence in 1983.
The island was named after Christopher Columbus, who said he discovered the islands on his second voyage to the New World. That liar. Yeah, he felt like he discovered the islands and we named it after himself, calling it St. Christopher, which we shortened. We call the island St. Kitts, but they're both the same islands. St. Kitts and Christopher, it doesn't matter. We'll enter to anyone. There's our sister island of Nevis in the distance over on our right hand side. St. Kitts and Nevis are a twin island federation. Nevis, being the smaller of the two islands, is normally cloud capped. It's only 36 square miles with a population of around 12,000 people, but it's normally cloud capped. And back in 1493, when Christopher Columbus saw the islands, he mistook the clouds for snow and called Nevis La Isla de Nieves, which means the Isle of Snow. I'm not entirely sure though how he could make such a mistake like that with our climate here. I'm assuming he was either a bit under the influence at that time or pretty stupid and didn't even know what it looked like.
Our excursion at Bonaire was the St. Kitts Scenic Rail and Sail Tour. The rail portion of our excursion was a narrow-gauge train ride along the northeastern coastline where the spectacular vistas of the ocean, surf, cliffs, and lush vegetation surrounded us. Originally built between 1912 and 1926 to deliver sugarcane from the fields to the sugar mill in Bonaire, the railway gave us a great way to circle the island. The train wound through small villages and farms before taking us across 3 tall steel bridges spanning deep guts or canyons. Guts are drainage channels for directing the water runoff from rainfall. We also saw rainforests skirted by rippling fields of sugarcane, with the volcanic cone of Mount Liamuga rising above the railway. Alexander Hamilton, the first Secretary of the Treasury and the subject of the Broadway show Hamilton, was born and spent part of his childhood in St. Kitts and Nevis. Hamilton lived his school years on Nevis, where he received individual tutoring and classes in a private school. He emigrated to the American colonies in 1772 and became one of the founding fathers of the American Revolution. The train covered 18 miles, the original circuit the sugarcane took to the mills, to La Vallée Station. Once we arrived at La Vallée Station, we boarded a catamaran to take us back the 12 miles to port and our cruise ship. Sailing along the western coastline of St. Kitts, we enjoyed the beautiful shorelines of the Brimstone Hill Fortress, the British Gibraltar of the West Indies, and many of the small fishing villages. Abandoned sugar estates nestled among the sugarcane fields on the slopes of the mountains. We also sailed by Old Road Town, the first British settlement founded by Sir Thomas Warner in January of 1624, and sailed around Bloody Point, where the French and the British came together to destroy the power of the Carib Indians in 1626. The 18 miles by rail and 12 miles by catamaran made a complete 30-mile circle around St. Kitts and got us ready to sail back to San Juan and our flight home, ending our Caribbean cruise.